People bash course money, bro. I make a lot of money from my info product. Go elsewhere. Go to Google then, because you're not going to do it. Google's been here from the beginning of time and you have not utilized Google. So utilize me. Depression and feeling empty is one of life's few promises. It's guaranteed. When you are uncertain of the future, when you're down bad, remember that you have wings.
Trading is just a way of building your wealth.
Trading is a money-making machine that you use to invest in other opportunities that will make you the money that will set you free for life. I want to be independently capable of my finances. I don't want my finances to ever depend on anyone. Bro, I've started trading at 8. I finished trading at 8:23 and I made 30 grand.
Flipping up.
I've gone back to sleep.
In 23 minutes, you've made 30 grand.
That's not the most I've made.
Go on.
I lost £7,000 of my own money in my first year. My second year now is when I started seeing results. £700 in one day, £2,000 in one day.
So you know the money you can get from trading. If you were just purely trading, do you think you can be Andrew Tate level money?
Yes, look at my biggest income isn't trading or selling my course, no.
Do you think there's a day where you'll stop trading? Yarimi, thank you very much for coming back on the podcast, my bro.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you being here. So just to make that clear, I said back on the podcast. We actually already filmed one back in January. By the time this one comes out, it's going to be May, right? So in that whole time, we've got to know each other a lot more. And to be fair, I think a lot has changed from January till now as well. So I thought it's only right that we re-record the podcast and make sure we do it properly.
Absolutely.
But saying that as well, at the same time, I do think that was a really good conversation that we had. So what I might do, if all good with you, I might just put that in the Discord for people who are in the CEOHUB to go watch.
For sure.
But I think, now let's get this one cracking. Let's get this in.
Go.
So tell me, bro, or tell the audience actually, as they're watching this podcast right now, what's the value you want to leave them with?
To be honest with you, I feel like I've been through a lot in my life. So as long as I can turn my mess into a message, I'm happy.
That's a quote right there, Let's get started. What is the mess?
The mess is a lot of doubt in your surrounding from a young age. A lot of people pointing fingers saying you can't achieve, you can't become. The usual teachers pointing fingers saying you're never going to amount to anything. Personal teachers telling me you're going to end up in jail, even though I was never on the road, I was never engaged in that lifestyle. Thinking, why would I end up in jail?
Yeah.
But like people pointing fingers at you and letting you know that you'll never amount to nothing. So it can make your life messy. Being in a situation where you've always wanted to become an entrepreneur, but your parents are from ethnic minority backgrounds, third world countries, they traveled here to give you a better life, and you've got to break it to them now that you want to drop out of university.
Yeah.
So now you've broken their heart. Yeah. So what do you do now? It's a mess. It's a mess. Everything's a mess. You're struggling. You're going through this period of financial distress. You're going through a period of financial distress. You're going through a period of not knowing what you want to do in life. A never-ending period of what seems like, a lack of clarity. You're waking up every single day hopeless. You're waking up every single day with no source of inspiration. You look outside, all you see is countless states. You go on the road, you walk 5 minutes, you see a crack addict. So it's like, where is the source for inspiration? You wake up every day being told that the way to live a life is literally wake up, go to work, sleep, repeat. And this is something I've actually wrote in a book that I've got coming out. I don't know when the book's going to come out, but whenever I think of things, I just write them down. And I'm nobody. I'm 25 years old, but I would like to say I grew up very, very quickly from a young age. So in the book, I say a life with no order is life on a Ferris wheel.
What do you mean by that?
If you have no order in your life, you're going to be nothing more than a hamster that's on a Ferris wheel running to nothing.
Okay, just going round in circles, basically.
In circles all day long.
No end goal.
No end goal. And the thing is, you might think you have an end goal, but because your life has no order, you don't realize that you actually have no end goal, and it's just a repetitive cycle.
What's your end goal?
My end goal is to be able to be so financially good that I can look at a homeless person and say, here's 100 grand. Like on the road in traffic.
Okay, so you said one word right there. A lot of people would say, I want to be financially free. You said financially good. Yeah. Why good and why not free?
Because you can never become free.
Okay. I'd argue you could to an extent, yeah.
Okay, to an extent. Because you're only free up until a certain figure. Up until that certain figure, you have the big guys coming after you,
Mm-hmm.
as you would know with your conversations with Andrew Tate, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Okay,
Of
so
course.
there's not necessarily freedom. If they come and seize all your cars, they come and seize your money. They put a stop to your bank accounts. They put a stop to your money. Where's the freedom in that?
Yeah, true. But
So freedom has a limit, but that freedom is amazing.
yeah, on the flip side of things,
Let me
it is
just
an amazing thing.
make it very clear. On the flip side, it's amazing.
Yeah,
So when I say I want to be financially good, I simply mean being able to see a homeless person in traffic, saying, "Here's $100,000," not just randomly like that. Obviously, spark a conversation, get to know him. Does he have inspiration? Like, does he have aspirations? Because a lot of these homeless people are people that you see as crack addicts. Of course, they put themselves in that situation. Some homeless people genuinely haven't, but people almost see them as mannequins, and it's sad. But all of us do. We're driving, we see them in traffic. Someone's trying to beg for money. The first thing you think is he's trying to scam me.
yeah.
The second thing you think is they've got some sort of boss that sends them out every single day and he recuperates all the profits for which is the sad reality, obviously.
Yeah, that actually
But
happens.
what about a few genuine people that are out there that genuinely have messed up their life and they go into serious situations, or maybe they were evicted, or maybe they went through a divorce and life was upside down for them and they turned to drugs or they turned to drinking. What about the person they once were? Because I said this on my story the other day, and I said, depression and feeling empty is one of life's few promises. It's guaranteed. In the midst of what you're going through, hold on to this. A butterfly is only fragile when it forgets it has wings. So in the midst of so when you are going through depression, when you are uncertain of the future, when you're down bad, remember that you have wings. And it's a universal human attribute to be forgetful. Every single human forgets. Sometimes you are the guy. You are that person. You forget. Sometimes you forget you're the guy. In the times of forgetfulness, look at your wings.
How many times would you say in your life you've forgotten that you're the guy? Because you are the guy, bro. Let's be real, you are the guy. A lot of people look up to you as well.
I'm trying to be the guy.
You're trying to be the guy.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be the guy, but on the path that I'm heading towards, people
are going to
I'm trying to be the guy as in terms of leaving a real impact in this world.
Yeah.
As much as people throw around the word impact, like I'm actually trying to become impactful.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked you in the beginning. And though you answered it, I'm going to ask it. Let's just see if the answer changes at all. For people watching this right now, the value that they extract from this, or the things you want them to learn from this episode, how would you describe it? I know you said turn a mess to a message, but after everything you just said there, what is it?
I'll be honest. I would say if you had to describe my brand or who I am, it wouldn't even be trader. It wouldn't even be entrepreneur. It would literally be someone who likes to motivate people and give people hope in whatever field they're in. Because I relate with that heavily. Because bro, you have to remember, I was once depressed. I was once in a very bad situation. I was once getting paychecks from the government. I was once depressed. I once grew out my hair, grew out an afro simply because I was just in my, what do they call it? The monk mode.
Okay, yeah.
I was in monk mode.
Yeah. Well, like hidden away from the world.
Hidden away from the world, like waking up, going to a forest. You guys know my story. I've said it a lot of times in different podcasts, but I was once in that position. And honestly speaking, if I just had someone in that time that told me the reality and said to me, bro, fix up, look at you, you're the guy, like you know how to do this, you're good at this, use this skill, use that skill, start this business and you can do this, just make sure you have a detailed plan. Take out, go get a whiteboard, plan out your next 3 months and journal on this. I would have been in a different position, of course. I'm not going to dwell over it. But I understand that all some people are really missing is a mentor. Not in the trading field. I'm saying just on my social media.
In life.
I just post these random quotes. Sometimes I'll speak my thoughts. As you said, I was doing a Q&A on Instagram and I'm just speaking and trying my best to genuinely help people that are in positions that I was once in.
Yeah, it's true, bro. This is like one of the reasons why I started a second channel as well. It's not a vlog in such, but it's just me sat at the desk there, just giving my thoughts, sometimes rambling on, because there are a lot of times I think naturally as as people who are always trying to elevate to the next level, we always get stuck in our own thoughts a lot of the times. And we always think about things, and we always think about the younger generation of, I wish they had someone that I didn't have. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And going back to what you said there about whiteboards and journaling and everything like that, I wish I had a mentor back then to be able to teach me these things that I know now. I'm 27 years old now, and I've only recently, being honest, got into that mindset of I've got to document everything, I've got to write everything down, I've got to get down my goals and everything. And I look back at myself when I was 17, 18 years old, I don't have none of that. But if I had that then, a mentor telling me, do this, do that, God knows where I'll be now. Do you know what I mean? So I think,
and you also have to remember, bro, you're in a position of influence. Props to you, bro. You run the biggest podcast in this entrepreneurial space, okay? In the UK at least. So you have to understand, when you're in a position of influence, people are going to take a liking to you. People are going to be looking at you for their source of inspiration.
Yeah.
And when people look up to me, for example, in my respected field, or they look up to me to give them that motivation, I understand that, okay, I can't just give generic advice, otherwise me and you will both be hypocritical. And John Maxwell speaks about this in a book. I think it was Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, or it must have been an audio book, I can't remember where. But he said, people often have a misconception of what the word leadership means. Leadership, number one, is influence. But a sub-branch of that is leadership isn't how much you know the way, but it's how much you can show the way.
How much you can show the way.
How much you can
pave it as well.
How much you can pave it. So it's like, if I'm in a situation now where I've been through a certain thing in my life and I've overcome it, I'm not just going to tell people I know how to overcome this. I'm going to show them how to overcome this.
Yeah. You have to, because if they're going through the same thing as well, rather than just saying, yeah, I've been there, done that. Okay, but how? What did you do to be there and do that? How did you get over it? How did you get to the next hurdle? And that's why, like, even now, be honest, in personal journey as well, I've cut out listening to music as much as I can.
Sick.
And it's sick because what I've realized is when you just, in the times where you be listening to something, whether it be gym, whether it be in the car, going to places, whatever it is, if you just replace that for podcasts, the amount of things you learn in a podcast,
absolutely,
subconsciously just taking it all in, and your brain just rewires differently and learning everything from them, which is why the reason why I love having a podcast, and the reason why I like having people like yourself on as well, because not only I, but the audience get to learn so much more about your life and how you've done certain things for us to be in them positions as well, which is sick. But let's dive into your story, because there are naturally probably going to be some people who tune into this podcast may not necessarily know who you are.
Of course, absolutely.
I think the people who do know who you are would identify you as someone who's a trader. But as we were discussing this last night as well, you're more than just a trader now.
Yeah.
You're an actual born entrepreneur. And I was having this thought last night as well. I'm sorry to ramble on too much here. But I was having this thought last night of the fact that when we become entrepreneurs, we start off in one field, but that doesn't mean we stay in one field.
Yep.
We're constantly diversifying. Once we've unlocked how to make money in the first thing, it doesn't mean we stay there. So though trading may be the thing where you've unlocked how to make money, you're going to be doing so many more other things where you're more than just that trader that started in the beginning. So yeah, just to take us back to how you started in your journey, let's go through a quick recap of how it all happened.
So I came across currency trading in 2016.
Currency trading, also named as Forex trading, right?
Forex, foreign exchange. You see it in the airport. Currency trading, foreign exchange. You see on the airports. So I came across that in 2016.
So today's sponsor is here to help you revolutionize your trading game. Alpha Capital Group are a UK-based prop firm, a team of elite financial professionals empowering traders with the tools and resources needed to achieve vast amounts of success. They offer 0% commission, no time limits, one-to-one mentoring sessions to develop and enhance your skills, and so much more. Guys, I know you're looking to level up your trading game, so sign up to Alpha Capital Group using the link in the description or the code on the screen right now for a discount.
And I simply just ignored it because I thought you had to be a mathematician. And I was very bad at maths. I failed maths in school. Yeah,
because at the end of the day, all you're dealing with is numbers.
Yeah. So I was very much taken back when I found out it has nothing to do with maths. So it's like I came across trading in 2016, but I actually started trading in 2020. So that's 4 years gone to waste. Of course, in those 4 years, I've grown so much. Things have happened in my life that have shaped the person I am today. So I'm grateful for them. I don't see it as a loss. I see it as a learning opportunity. So it shaped the person I am today, and it definitely aided who I am today, because I went through different situations like being given false promises for jobs abroad, going there, being stranded with no money, having to take a loan from my sister at the time and then pay her back because I just believed people.
And this is between 2016 and 2020?
Yeah, between that time, like going for an interview there, being promised a job, and then me delivering, them not paying me, and then them saying, taking back their word. So I've been through, like, this is why I say I became an adult from a very young age. Because
you've been through that journey of trying to find yourself. From
16, 17, 18, I've 19, like I've been in working environments, I've been backstabbed, I've been betrayed, I've seen pretty much everything I need to see for me to know, okay, I want to be independent. I want to be independently capable of my finances. I don't want my finances to ever depend on anyone. So from the 2016 period to 2020, obviously, those things shaped the person I am, those experiences. And I started in 2020, lockdown. I got into so many different things, bro. I got into direct sales. I got into trying to start a clothing brand. I got into social media marketing agency. I was giving out leaflets door to door. I got into network marketing, thinking I'm going to get rich. I got into... And you become naive. People paint these pictures to you and you think, okay, this is it. But when you're young, I'm not going to bash every industry I've been in, because some of them actually taught me very, very, very good life skills. For example, door-to-door sales, like direct sales. I was selling pots and pans, kitchenware, getting a commission for it. Mm-hmm. Then again, they never paid me.
Yeah.
But it's the skill of approaching people. I was in Waltham Cross High Street. I would be there with a leaflet approaching people. So that's now converted to what? Cold selling, basically.
Yeah.
So I was almost used to rejection. I got used to rejection very quickly, practicing that, learning how to speak, being confident in my speech, you know. So these industries that I was in, they taught me life skills that were transferable into what I'm doing today and what I will be doing for the rest of my life. So I stumbled across currency trading in 2020, COVID, everything went left. I said to myself, okay, famous quote by Warren Buffett, if I don't make money in my sleep, I'm going to work until I die. Mm-hmm. I said, I need to find something that's going to make me money in my sleep. So I was living with an individual at the time, and he was making some money from trading. And I kind of said, okay, if this guy can do it, I can do it. We're from the same area. Like, I went to school on the same road that, you know, he was raised on. So why can't I do it? And he can do it. And he's way younger than me.
From the same area, same ends and everything.
From the same area, exactly. So I took a liking to that, and I began to learn. There was a Chinese guy on YouTube. I watched like 3 videos from there. Didn't really understand. Then again, I was very much intimidated by what I didn't understand. And that's something I acknowledged later on in my life. And it's very important to be self-aware and know where your faults are and know where your shortcomings are, because if you don't know what your shortcomings are, you're going to think there's no room for growth. So my issue was always I was intimidated by what I didn't know. When only when I felt like I had to be too smart for something. Mm-hmm. So when it came to trading, I see this old Chinese guy. I'm thinking, yeah, this guy's Chinese. These guys have superpowers. They're just too smart for us. They're 15 years ahead. Let me just click off this guy. Let me find someone that looks like me. So then I found a guy called Swaggy C on YouTube.
Okay, yep, familiar with Swaggy.
Yeah. So yeah, then I stumbled across his stuff. I was watching his free YouTube videos, and then honestly, it just, you know, when YouTube recommends you so many other videos, and you're in that world of trading now.
Yeah.
Start watching this guy, and I'm just watching from like a point of view of, I don't want to waste my time on Netflix. So let me watch something that's actually going to benefit me. Of course, now looking back, I have had a lot of analysis paralysis, and maybe an overdose in information wasn't the correct thing, but it was the obsession, I would say, that got me to where I am today. I was obsessed. And this is something my mom's told me about myself. She said, your problem is you don't listen. You're stubborn when it comes to what you want. And honestly speaking, that's true. But it's kind of paved the way for the life I'm living now.
Yeah, do you know what's funny you say that? Because my mum and my dad always say I'm quite stubborn as well. And they always say I'm tunnel visioned. And sometimes they say that's like that could be a downfall or a negative side. But I also see it as, if you've got your eye on that one vision ahead of you and you're going full steam ahead of it, you're going to eventually get it. So do you think having a tunnel vision was a good thing for you, or had its negative sides as well?
Absolutely, man. Let me give a comparison of, if I have a sniper and I know in the middle of that scope is my target. Mm-hmm. All I have to do is focus on what?
On the target.
On a target. If I have an RPG now,
Yeah, that's going anywhere.
that's going anywhere. Why? Because I'm just looking at everything like this.
Yeah.
I've got all of my options and I'm exploring. Should I do Amazon FBA? Should I do trading? Should I do public speaking? Should I do high ticket sales? Should I start a business? Should I do e-com? You're just looking at everything like this.
Mm-hmm.
But when you dabble down, you get that scope and you really take a look into that scope.
Yeah.
And everything else is peripheral noise.
Do you know, I'm due to make a YouTube video on this soon as well, because I stress the fact that the mistake young or new entrepreneurs make is that they spread their skills too fast and spread it too wide.
Yep.
In a sense of, if they crack down and focus down on one thing, they'll be successful in that one thing. Alex Hormozy says this all the time as well, where what's going to come first? The fact that you quit first, or you've spread too fast and that's why it's failed in the first place. But the reason why businesses fail in the first place is because they never had a chance to get it to be successful, if that makes sense. So cracking down and focusing on one thing, like for me, the reason why this podcast is successful is because I've put all my energy and focus onto it in the past 4 or 5 years. But I've had loads of business ideas in the meantime. But if I had started doing them and start acting them, would this podcast be here right now in this position? I don't think so. And I could probably say the same for you in a sense
Absolutely.
of, you know, exactly what you do.
I feel like it's a very important point to highlight, especially when it comes to younger people. Like you mentioned, a lot of people spread out their options very too quickly. And that can be a huge problem, because just before something's taken off, your focus has already dropped, and you've kind of diversified your focus into other areas.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem with a lot of young people is the get rich quick mindset that all of us speak about. But I like to boil it down to an even deeper issue. The deeper issue is, and this is part of my book as well, is
this episode is sponsored by Faraway Pizza, the fastest growing pizza company in the UK. With over 100 locations, you definitely have a store near you. The founder of Faraway was on the show not too long ago, and you can get a slice of the action by using the discount code CEOCAST at faraway.co.uk. Once again, use the discount code CEOCAST at faraway.co.uk.
when we're young, we don't appreciate appreciation. What do I mean by that? We don't appreciate the fact that we have to start a venture, we have to start a business and wait for its value to go up.
Mm-hmm.
What we're doing is we start a business, we start a venture, we start trading, for example, and we see a little bit of profit and we close out. Or we see something going well a little bit and then we say, yeah, okay, that's cool. Or on the opposite side of the spectrum, we can see something go wrong and say, why is this not working out? We see, maybe the restaurant that you own hasn't picked up. You say, oh, that's it, I'm going to close it. Bro, you've been open for 2 months. Learn to appreciate appreciation.
Mm-hmm.
And appreciating appreciation means it takes time. Where's the room for an exponential curve in growth if all you're looking for is a spike?
Yeah, of course. And just to put it into even more perspective, let's talk about trading, for example. When did you actually start making money from trading? Like, you started in 2020.
2021.
2021. So that's a whole year.
2020 I started making money. But the thing is, I was getting signals from the person I was living with at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I was living with a bunch of friends. One of them was a trader. And he gave us some signals. Obviously, like after a week, we all lost our money because we never have enough money. We had like £500, 300.
Yeah.
And you can't trade with that low capital when it comes to trading. Of course you can, but you're not going to be content with the profits because it's based on a percentage risk.
Yeah.
So if I have £500 in my account,
You only
the
receive 1%.
correct risk is to risk 1%, which is what?
£5.
£5. Am I going to be happy with, I don't know, let's say I catch a 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio trade. Am I going to be happy with £15 for that day?
No, not really.
No, especially in a cost of living crisis like today, so on and so forth. So in order for you to actually trade from a correct standpoint and see it like a business, you must see things from a percentage point of view. And you can only see things from a percentage point of view when you have a substantial amount of capital.
Yeah, and these are the reason why prop firms came into play.
Exactly.
Because they help everyone make a lot more money in that way.
Exactly. What was the question you asked me? I kind of went on a tangent. I forgot your question.
I was going to say, just with the whole trading aspect of things, my point being was the fact that it takes time.
It takes time,
to
exactly.
build that capital.
So I made money in my first year, but it wasn't profitability. It was making money, losing it, making money. I lost £7,000 of my own money in my first year. My second year now is when I started seeing results. Okay. Because first year I went ham, although I was learning the wrong information. Second year, like I doubled down and I made sure I'm learning the right information this time, and I really locked in. I was making some money, and then literally like throughout this the last quarter of my second year, that's when I started to become profitable. And that's when I quit my job as an estate agent. As you know, I was mopping floors, cleaning toilets. Then I became an estate agent, and then everything that I mentioned previously. And when I started to make money from my phone, as an estate agent, My manager saw me trading from a tab, so the CCTV cameras caught me trading. They fired me. They gave me a disciplinary meeting, and then they fired me. But at that time, I had made like £700 in one day. And the next day I made like £2,000 in one day. The next day I made like £300 in one day. I said to myself, yeah, you know what? I'm out. I left work and I said, something's working now. And I think it's time to put all my eggs in this basket when I start seeing results. The problem is a lot of people, they put their eggs in a basket of trading before they even have any income. And that's not recommended. You have to have a side income, work a normal job, do trading on the side, but don't treat it like it's on the side.
Okay. So basically what that allows you to do as well is you don't have to. So what I'm trying to say,
so that you're not trading out of desperation.
Yeah, you're not trading out of desperation. Also, the profits that you make, because you've got another income, you're not taking that money and using it for your daily expenses or whatever the case may be, and that way you can build up the account as well.
Absolutely.
So it's not too bad.
Yes.
So I'm going to mention something that you brought up in the first podcast that we done. Yeah, was the fact that you were raised in North London, and also there was a point where you had -6 in your bank account. And I know I asked you this question in the first podcast, but just to ask it again, and I kind of want to go more in depth into it. How did you not fall into the trap of making money in other means?
I'll be honest with you. As much as I'm sitting here speaking in a different fashion, I wasn't always like this. I was never on road, but I had friends that were heavily involved. I was even in situations where, you know, I said hello to my friend. I got put in the back of a police van, handcuffed, questioned. Then obviously I'm not a criminal, so they let me go.
Yeah.
I've been in situations where I'm sitting in the car with some of my Albanians, and they've got literally some class A in the car, and I had to sort of analyze and say, you know what? If I get pulled over right now, I'm done. I'm doing at least minimum a couple of years, and this is like big boy weights we're talking. So I said to my friend, don't invite me ever again to these sort of places. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you know there's something like this in the car, make sure you tell me.
Yeah, you can't be in that environment.
I'm trying to become an entrepreneur, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not into this stuff.
Yeah.
This is not my field. That's you guys, cool. Well done. I'm not into this. So the environment was there, but I was never swayed. Like I said, my mum and my parents always say I grew up very stubborn. Stubborn in what I know is right for me. What I feel is right for me anyway, because you never know.
Yeah.
So I knew that's wrong, and I knew the correct way I want to be in life is I want to be someone who earns an honest living. I want to be someone who becomes an entrepreneur, someone who inspires, someone who impacts, and someone who changes my family's life and the people around me. Does this route make sense? No. Does this route make sense? Yes, cool. I'm on this route. So I've been in situations where obviously people close to me, friends, been in jail, shot, stabbed, died, funerals. Like I've been in those situations, you know.
Yeah, been there, done that. Yeah.
Been there, done that. So I feel like how stubborn I am aided me in entrepreneurship, because I'm someone who my friends used to say, here bro, take a toke of the cigarette. I'll be in my friend's house and there'll be drugs there. I'm not interested. I look at them like, are you guys serious? And this is whilst I was dead broke. So for people saying, yeah, you're successful now, why are you looking down on these people? No. This is me whilst being dead broke, looking at these guys. Well, my friends telling them, you guys need to fix up.
But this mindset, where did you get it from? Because looking at it from an inside perspective or from an outside perspective, shall I say, I've been there as well in that same sort of situation.
Yeah.
We've grown up around the same sort of area, and definitely the same sort of environments.
Yeah.
If you're growing up with these people, that mindset of no, this is wrong, or no, I shouldn't do that, where does that come from?
My parents taught me right and wrong. My mum and dad, they made it very clear how to be. My dad was always onto us when it comes to religious activities like Quran. My mum was even more onto us, taking us to these. I used to go madrasa, Saturday school. I used to learn Quran, so on and so forth. Like, my parents raised me correct. That's literally what it is.
Okay, so
you grew up from a good household. Yeah, but you have to understand, bro. Like, when people ask me where I come from, I say North London because I went to school in Edmonton. I went to primary school in Enfield. I lived in Enfield. I lived in Southgate. I lived in Edmonton. I went to Quran school in Tottenham. I went to Saturday school in 4th Street, Raynham. I went to, back in the days, youth club, Palmer's Green. Lived in Palmer's Green for some time. we used to get my haircuts in Turnpike Lane. I'm always in Turnpike Lane.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I know people from everywhere, and these are the ends I'm cutting through every single day. And imagine what I'm seeing. Like I said to you, I'm saying hello to my friend. I'm getting put in a police van.
Yeah.
I'm at the barber shop. I'm seeing a guy get stabbed. This is what I'm exposed to. Okay, man, my life wasn't no crazy life. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you, but we would witness these things. We would see these things. You know, after school, you see a guy pull out a knife. You see one guy outside the school gates waiting for someone because there's beef, and a situation happens. A guy gets stabbed in the park, dies. So these are the things you're exposed to from a very, very young age. And I wasn't interested in it. I was just a very cheeky kid. Like I was good with the bad guys,
Mm-hmm.
and the teachers loved me, and I was good with the nerds. Like I'm literally the guy that is cool with everyone.
In between, connected with everyone.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm still the same now.
Yeah.
Like I can take you to some crazy guys. I can take you to
You could chill on the block and you could chill with
Fully.
the top entrepreneurs. as well.
Exactly
Yeah.
that. And I
Very
can,
adaptable.
very adaptable. Yeah, I
That's
feel
what
like
you gotta be.
I love that. Yeah,
That's what
so
everyone's got to be.
yeah, man. On that point of people, environment, so on and so forth, I actually got you a gift.
Oh, is it? Okay, like that.
Yeah, I got you a
I
gift.
appreciate that, bro.
And this is from one of our companies that we're launching soon, Anaya Body. So essentially, what
What's
is
it called? Sorry,
Anaya Body.
Anaya Body.
Anaya Body. Yeah. So
Shall I open
essentially,
it now?
yeah, of course you can.
I appreciate
So essentially,
that.
what it is organic oils
Yeah.
from very special parts of the world.
So we got rosehip oil
We got rosehip
and
oil,
argan oil.
we got jojoba oil, but that finished. I couldn't bring that for you.
Sick, mashallah.
So it's imported from Venezuela, Peru, countries of such. So the reason why I brought it up here is because there's actually
That's a nice bottle as well, actually. Yeah. So what is your brand?
these are no. This is my brand,
Yeah.
my friend's brand, my other friend's brand, and my other friend's brand.
So you're all involved in it.
And my friend launched this whilst being in jail.
Oh, is it?
So he's in jail right now, my friend.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we're
yeah.
doing the marketing, the packaging.
Is this the one I met at your event?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Shout out to him.
So he's on DCAT. So he comes out of jail 5 days every month. So
I'm going to put this here so people can see it throughout the whole podcast.
yeah. So it's like it's not just about being successful. It's about not letting your circumstances contain you.
Yeah.
He's in jail. He could have easily said, "Yeah, that's it. I'm in jail. I'm gonna. That's fine."
I was going to say, yeah. What do I do? Brush the oil.
Yeah. So he's in jail. He could have easily said, "These are my circumstances, and that's it. I'm gonna be here for a very long time. I'm gonna start my life when I come out." He said, "No." So obviously, he had the idea, kickstarted it, and I'm just here to give it an extra kick.
Inshallah, bro. Do you know, I think I even remember saying to him, keep cracking on what he's doing, keeping his head down as well. Because I know in DCAT, I've got a couple of mates in DCAT across the country. And though they're trying to change their life, there's still people inside who not want to drag them down, but they're still in that environment at the end of the day.
Because when they come out for those 5 days every single month, or however it may be due to your behavior, they're going back to sitting with those same guys that got them here in the first place.
Yeah, bro, I know a couple guys who used to go out. I don't even know if I should say this on a podcast, but who was it? Up in Manchester. I can't say who it was, but he used to come out on DCAT, and on his days out on DCAT, they used to do the maddest robberies ever. They never got caught, but he was never, at the time, on fixing his life like that. So he was still doing the same thing. He just thought, okay, cool, I need some bread. I need all of that. Let's come out of DCAT. Let's do a robbery, blah, blah, blah. Steal a couple cars, whatever, all that sort of stuff. So the fact that, this is why I rate people who are in DCAT and fully trying to actually change their lives and stuff like that.
1,000,000%. If you pass me the rose, let me show you guys something. Look, guys, this initiative was started from jail. You can see, Anaya, organic body oil, ingredients, 100% organic, rosa canina, rosehip, seed oil. It tells you the directions. Like, look at the packaging, guys. Barcodes, everything's proper, licensed. Okay, regulation on the way. Right now, we're gonna do a soft launch soon.
Inshallah.
But it's we're still cooking up. Like, these are just prototypes right now.
So what's this oil actually for? Like hair oil, body oil,
stretch marks, body oil, hair oil. We've got beard oil. Like a lot's coming, as you can see. Very quality packaging. So yeah, it's a bit on your road to success, and when you're at that stage to wanting to become an entrepreneur, you have to understand that sometimes all you have to do is aid the ideas of people around you.
Well, I was going to come to your trading talk in a second, but I mean, this is just a prime example of the fact that you being in a space of starting off as a trader and then diversifying and building different aspects of wealth, this being one of them, not necessarily having to launch and start the business from the idea of yourself and everything, but just the fact that you have people around you. Once you get in that network of people, there's always opportunities to invest, always opportunities to do new things. And I suppose this is an example to the audience of one of them sort of things.
Yeah, like I'm not going to list all the things, but alhamdulillah, like I've diversified pretty well. Like this is just one of the ideas. This hasn't kicked off yet, but my biggest income isn't trading or selling my course. No, like my biggest income is, I'm not going to mention it now, but I'm involved in a lot of things. I've got like I'm currently developing two apps. Sorry, an app and a new online website. I've put my foot into the gold import export world, private investments.
The app, can we say what industry it's in? Like, what does it help with or anything?
There's two. One helps with mental health. It's a mental health and wellness app. And the other is a sort of networking app that I can't speak on it because someone will steal the idea. Okay, yeah. But it's gonna be. Let me show you the logo 1 second.
Go on.
Just from the logo.
If I had to guess, assume helping people connect with other people, or
not just that.
No,
like it's.
Okay.
If you can just take a look at the logo.
Yeah, I see it. Didn't you speak about this briefly on? You didn't speak about it, but I think you mentioned same sort of thing that you're working on this project.
I may have alluded to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I feel like even like with the rental fleet, that's something I'm going to be involved in Dubai. So
rental cars,
car rentals, yeah.
But why that one? Because the rentals, I've always seen it as, and funny enough, this Sunday coming out tomorrow, podcast with Ahmed Ammo, luxury supercars. Yes. And he was even saying it as well, like
it's a headache. But that's the thing, bro. I'm not going to be the guy handling the headache. So like I said,
going to be the investor, or
like I'm going to take the investors route, and I feel like this is the way real wealth is, generated.
Of course,
people look down on the role of a middleman until the middleman is making 20%, 30% drinks on 10 different sort of fields that are already working. They're already up and running. You're just coming to add gasoline to the fire.
Of course. Okay, so let's talk about this thing, because this is the route to build generational wealth, yeah? Constantly investing, analysing risk and all that sort of stuff. In this case here of the rentals, I'd say that the risk is very, very high. So where do you get your whole risk analysis from, or what makes a good opportunity for you?
Shall I be completely honest with you? For me, I've looked at life as risk to reward. And, me starting off with maybe 3 supercars, I see it as, okay, if this goes wrong, I would have at least accumulated some profits, and I'm not going to put myself in a detrimental position financially to put all of my finances into 3 supercars. If I'm doing that, it's going to be an amount that I'm more than willing to risk. Okay, an amount that wouldn't affect me if things were to go left. And obviously with insurance in place, so on and so forth, it wouldn't really be that much of an issue unless you have some serious damages and the car is absolutely written off, like driving your car through a flood in Dubai. And
crazy.
It's crazy. Like I've got a friend who did that.
What, in the supercar?
In the Lamborghini Urus.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say his name, I don't want to hot him up, but he was driving his car in a Lamborghini Urus. He was driving his car through a flood, and my friend told him,
was it his car or rental car?
It's his car.
Okay, yeah.
He said if the water goes in the engine, the car's done.
Yeah.
So he said, I can't. He put the windows down. He just full sent it.
Oh.
The car just stopped.
Yeah, bro.
But then he gets his driver. His driver brings the G-Wagon. He jumps from the window of the Urus into the G-Wagon and drives off.
Bro, do you know what? Yeah.
Those are the kind of problems I want to have in life.
Literally, but just to touch on it as well, right there, the whole Dubai floods. When I see people driving out in their Cullens and Dawns, and
I saw a Pagani.
I seen that one, crossing the river.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm thinking in my head, why are people doing this? Why are people risking it? There's a guy I follow on Instagram, hopefully going to do a podcast with him soon. So he was driving his Cullen through the floods. I'm thinking, let's see where this goes. Next story, the whole car shut off. And I'm just like, I don't know why people would even risk it in the first place. But this is what I'm saying. God forbid, you invest into a supercar or something like that for a rental. The last thing you want to hear is, Aki, car's written off. Do you know what I mean? That's a 100 grand loss right there.
Yeah, of course.
So those, I'm saying, risky investments as well.
Yeah, I feel like though you have to. They say real bosses take losses. You have to take the risk. If you've already if you've cemented yourself, not cemented yourself, but if you've started a few ventures, you already understand risk. So you kind of know what kind of field you're stepping into. If I know this car is worth this much, and I feel like in business in general, whatever amount you put in, you have to look at it like, okay, I've lost this amount already, to remove that emotional attachment to whatever it is that you've started. Because if it goes wrong now, you don't want a part of your brain to say, yeah, but I thought this was guaranteed. No, this is business. There's a risk. There's a risk element in everything. The moment you accept the risk is the moment you'll see things from a business point of view. And I always say this regarding trading as well. I say to my members, my students in my community, I say, whenever you guys enter a trade, some of you are not content with the trade hitting your stop loss. You want to open a restaurant. If the restaurant isn't doing well, what would you blame it on? Maybe bad chef, bad interior design, very low light, it's dark. Timings of our openings aren't really the greatest. Okay, we say we open at 10, but we're always late, so customers don't have that loyalty towards us. Bad reviews on Trustpilot or Google. You will blame anything and everything, but the fact that you would make excuses and not say, let me close down the restaurant. Okay, obviously after a certain amount of time, you have to look at yourself and analyze the situation, assess and say, okay, maybe this is not the field, maybe this is just not meant to be. But why not make excuses every single time you lose a trade or the trade hits your stop loss? Because the reason why I mentioned the restaurant example or the business example, or you start any business. If I want to start a clothing line, I have to, pay for the fabrics, and I have to, before I even get my logo printed on it, I have to work out how much I'm going to get in bulk and shipping fees, so on and so.
Work out everything.
Everything. Yeah. So in business, there's always a business expense. Money is going to have to come out of your pocket for the greater good.
Yeah.
Okay. To bring it to a more realistic example, let's say you're young, you're working a 9 to 5. You're getting on the bus. You tap your card on the bus. You're getting charged, what, £1.50, £2, whatever it may be now. Yeah? For what? What's the risk to reward? In life, you always have to think in terms of risk to reward. The risk is, okay, I'm risking £2 today to tap my Oyster card. The reward is what? £70 you may have got paid. You might have got paid £70 for working that shift. At the end of the week, you add everything up. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 5 days of work. I spent £10 on travel, getting on a bus. How much have I made? 7 times 5. What's that? 350?
Yeah, so like that.
£350 I made that week. Okay, that's a reward. But when it comes to trading, you want to enter a trade, the trade, go for a profit straight away without accepting the fact that you're going to need to have a business expense in trading. And the business expense is your stop loss getting hit and you taking that loss. It's just about how do you manage that loss and make sure the loss is small and not great.
I said it in the beginning where I said you're known as the trader, right? This is such a random question. Would you say you suit trading? I'm going to tell you my perspective in a second, but
I suit trading?
Yeah.
No.
This is because I'm going to give you my analysis, right? You're the guy that I can see you're very adventurous, very curious, always want to dabble into new things. Not necessarily fun lifestyle and all that stuff, but go out with your boys, do travel, all that sort of stuff. Trading is the complete opposite because from what I know, trading, you're indoors or whatever the case may be, on your laptop, constantly on the charts, blah, 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 doing all the trade. It's a boring lifestyle in that sense. But you seem very extroverted where your life's the complete opposite. So the reason why I say do you suit trading is because your life ain't the typical trader. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's why I say I've got multiple endeavors that I'm in. So my life wouldn't be of a typical trader anyways. But to quickly correct something you said that you have to be on the charts. You don't have to be on the charts all day long. No. Like my analysis takes me 15 minutes. I wake up on a Monday, get on the charts from like, let's say 7:45ish, 7:50, analyze what's happening from 8 a.m. onwards. I'm looking for my trades.
Okay, then what, you place the trades?
Place a trade. And there's been times, bro, I've started trading at 8. I've finished trading at 8:23 and I made 30 grand.
Flipping out.
So I've gone back to sleep.
In 23 minutes, you've made 30 grand.
That's not the most I've made.
Go on.
What, in
the short time frame? I'm going to put it as a title.
Okay, let's, in an hour?
In an hour? Yeah, let's go for an hour.
40K.
40K in an hour. Bloody hell.
You see in my latest Instagram reel, you'll see it. I even showed the payout there. You can see it.
40K in an hour. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Is that just because it's...
Sorry. It was like 37K an hour and 40K in 24 hours.
Brother, 37K in an hour, 40K in an hour, 3K.
Yeah, because then what happened is, and this is a very good point I want to mention. Like, I was up 37K. and then closed. Okay, closed. Took some losses, so price went back to like maybe let's say 12K. Okay, sorry, a price went. My total profits for that day from 37K was like maybe like let's say 34K. So I closed, and then literally after that I entered like 2 more trades. New York session, so London session was done for me. Went back to sleep. Woke up New York, entered like 2 more trades, and then those took quite long to take profit. So by the end of 24 hours, I was left with 40K profit. It's on my page. You can go see. There's a highlight section. It says funded profits or personal profits. I can't remember which one it is because I trade both accounts. Check it. You'll see the day where I made 40K in the day is shown with proof. It's all there.
What's the biggest challenge you've had to face in trading as well? Or what's the challenge you set out for yourself and if you thought, okay, yeah, I've set that challenge, now I need to do it, and you've done it?
In trading?
Yeah. I can think of one you mentioned on the last podcast.
I'll say transferring knowledge in my brain onto other people's head. So basically, technically, transferring the knowledge in my brain to other people's brain. And seeing them change their life.
Yarimi University.
Yep.
Okay.
And you've seen, personal results from your cousin.
Yeah.
And what is Rayhan your cousin as well?
Yeah, Rayhan's my cousin. He's more closer cousin than
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you've seen both your cousins be part of Yarimi University, and both of them, one make a 5-figure payout, the other one make 6-figure payout. So you've seen that firsthand, and it's daily. Like I can give you my phone right now until you scroll through my Discord just in the last 24 hours and see what's been happening. I just got off a 9.5-hour Zoom call yesterday.
9.5-hour Zoom.
Yeah, we started at 8 p.m. We finished at 5:30.
What, with everyone in the Discord?
Yeah, everyone. Yeah.
Okay.
So
why 9.5 hours?
Because I don't finish the call until everyone's question is answered.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So you want people to have as much value as possible.
Yep.
Okay. And how much do you charge for this?
Well, it was 99, but now it's 399 for the first 24 hours, and then it's gonna be for the first 100 spaces, and then it's gonna be 499. One time fee. It's still dirt cheap.
But don't you think at the same time, yeah, 499, 399, 599, and doing a 9-hour Discord Zoom call, like that in itself, just that one call, I'd say it's fine. 599.
Of course,
you want my time? That's how much
of course
it is.
But you know what it is, bro? Yeah, it's like these are for.
I feel like you're undercharging there.
Yeah, I am. These are for bootcamp members. They paid 99 for this. Yeah, these are for bootcamp members. So, it gets to a stage. Honestly, I don't want to be that guy that's just trying to look like he's trying to be inspirational. I'm really not that guy. This is genuinely what I stand by. There's people charging 5K, 10K, so on and so forth, 2K, which I will get to. I will have a revamp that's going to be priced a lot higher because it'll be in a lot more detail. And you have to remember, bro, I put this course together when I became profitable in my early stage. My knowledge has increased so much. So when I revamp it, I will up it because people making 6 figures, 5 figures, so on and so forth for paying 99.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Okay, it doesn't make sense. So what I was trying to say is everyone's got these high marks when it comes to pricing. Who's actually like making something for people that are struggling? But what about the person that can't afford it? Of course, the game is a game. Business is business. I'm not here to, try to empathize with those who don't know. But you have to have a certain degree of relatability and remember where you came from and not forget where you came from. I have never bought a course in my life because I never had the money.
Would you buy a course now?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bro, I wasted 1 whole year trying to find stuff on YouTube. Like,
not in trading. I'm saying, let's just say you want to go into a different industry of.
I've already done it.
Yeah.
I was paying $7,000 a month.
Really?
Yeah.
On a course side?
Yes. On a course of like development, how to grow business, so on and so forth. And I showed it. I made a reel out of it. I made a short out of it. You can see it. Like I made the transfer, and that's what's 82K for the year.
Okay, so you've done the high-end course as well, yeah?
Yeah.
How would you say this benefited you?
It's benefited me a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Was it worth the $7,000?
The $7,000. It was definitely worth $7,000. 100% it was worth $7,000. But I definitely wouldn't be paying that monthly.
No, not monthly. No.
Yeah, because I just needed to. I just looked at it. I got everything I needed, and that's it.
So your university, is it a subscription or just one-time fee? One-time fee.
Yeah.
And do you have different tiers to it as well?
So with the current one, it's just it's a walkthrough. So it's every single step you need to become a profitable trader. We say in our slogan, we're going to take you from zero to hero if you take it seriously.
Yep.
So it's literally like knowing nothing about trading, not even knowing what the chart is, not even knowing what these squiggly lines are. We're going to teach you every single step of the way to teach you how to get your first payout. So that's that. And then what we also have is the revamp that's coming out soon, which is basically like an iOS update of my current knowledge.
Okay, yeah.
And that's going to be the high ticket.
Okay.
Probably at least $2,000.
And will that be available for everyone or just the people already in the university?
It will probably be available for just the people in the university.
Okay. What do you think of the idea of me doing a podcast course?
Amazing.
And what would you pay? What would you pay for it?
People bash course money, bro. I make a lot of money from my info product, teaching people. But the reason why I do that is because people have seen what my knowledge and what my knowledge is doing.
Yeah, because the thing is, at the end of the day, if we have skills like this, if we are charging for it, I wouldn't say it's the end of the world sort of thing. We're allowed. Not that we're allowed to. I don't have to make it sound word it in the right way. Yeah. But you can pay for our information, our value, what we add. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Take a look here. 4 a.m. Past payout, past funded, payout, funded, payout, past phase 1.
Funded meaning payout. They've done an exam report firm and they've been funded, or
they've been funded.
Okay, yeah.
But these are payouts as well.
Okay, sick.
Like for me, charging $499 for this, bro, it's
the thing is, that's what I'm saying as well, because you know, in a course paying $499, I'm looking at it once again from a podcast perspective of if I was to come out of a podcast course. Don't know what the price point would be, but I know how to make a 6-figure podcast.
I mean, 100%.
So even if I charged £500, 2,000 to 2,000, I know that once you put the work in, you can go from zero to hero.
Yeah.
On that case, do you know what I mean?
Honestly, I don't even think you should narrow yourself that low.
Yeah, no, I was going to do content in general.
I think within the podcast course, you should have something. You shouldn't even call it a podcast course. Call it how to direct conversation.
That's a very smart idea.
Because if you put yourself in a podcast bracket, you're limiting yourself. Not everyone's going to have a podcast. Whereas how to direct conversation, and say, hi guys, I'm Raheem from CEOCAST. Over the years, I've interviewed many people, successful individuals of high net worth, such as so. And in situations where I've been nervous, maybe to speak to a certain individual, in situations where I've been overconfident, in situations where I've spoken too much, these are the things I've learned, and I've put them into different categories as a step-by-step module guide for you to know how to direct conversation every single time you meet someone important, and how to extract value from a conversation. Okay, so if you say podcast, you've limited yourself now. Do you see? When you say how to direct conversation, you've broadened your horizons now, and someone in the business, someone that has regular work meetings can come and learn from that. Someone who's trying to run a 7-figure corporation can look at you and say, okay, you know what? He's spoken to high net worth individuals. I'm going to speak to high net worth individuals. I just don't have a podcast. Let me see what he's got to say and how he directs conversation.
All right. So here's the segment of the podcast where I personally extracted the value from you. Yeah. So in this case here, what would your price point be for that? And you're good at marketing. How would you market that?
If I was in your shoes, having CEOCAST under my belt, $2,000 minimum.
Okay, so you're saying that the brand identity plays a lot in the amount you charge.
Absolutely, because why didn't I charge $2,000 in the beginning of Yarimi University? Or $5,000. I was just building. Yeah. I know what's in my head. People don't. I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to show you why this is valuable. I'm going to show you. When I show you and I've earned my stripes, okay, and you see the lives that I change on a daily basis, then you'll see. That's when I'm going to now. I've got some credibility to charge higher. Why? Because the risk to the reward is ridiculous. Like your cousin paid £249 and he made over $200,000.
He 100x his thing basically.
That's your other cousin paid £500 and he made over $14,000.
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. That's what I'm saying. But the brand thing that's a very good point to put it, actually. I might actually look into that. Yeah, I've never really thought about that, to be fair.
Because look, honest, bro, how many podcasts in the world? There's up and coming ones, but those up and coming ones don't have the budget to buy a course. Yeah. And don't look at you selling a course as a bad thing. If you have value, my bro, you have value. You've built a very huge podcast, man.
But then going back to it as well, at the same time. And sorry,
just to finish, I always love this quote. It's an Arab proverb or it's a line of poetry. It says, "Alam tara anna sayfa yanqusu qadruhu idha qila inna sayfa amda min al-asa."
You have to translate that one, bro.
Can't you see how the sword loses value the moment it says it's sharper than a stick?
Okay.
So people might say, oh, he's got a course. Why am I going to learn from his course? He's charging. This is for free. I say, if Google was the gospel of success, everybody will be successful. You want to start a podcast? Go on eBay. Go on Amazon. Go buy these equipment. Go get this lighting. Go get these cameras. Go get all of these fancy stuff. You don't know nothing about set design. You don't know nothing about lighting. You don't know nothing about moods and how lighting can change the mood of a certain feel to a podcast. You don't know nothing about high quality microphones. You don't know nothing about XLR cables. You think you get a condenser microphone, put a USB and you don't know nothing about a sound card. You don't know nothing about high high quality SD cards. You don't know nothing about certain tripods that you need to have. You don't know nothing about, filters that you put above light to diffuse the amount of light being shone, aperture, ISO, shutter speed, what cameras to have.
It looks like I can't sell you, of course, bro. You know everything.
No, honestly,
I get you, bro, because this is what used to.
This is your value.
Yeah, bro.
So when someone says that to you, tell them, bro, this is me. You go elsewhere. Go to Google then. Yeah. Because you're not going to do it. Google's been here from the beginning of time, and you have not utilized Google. So utilize me.
You know the reason why I got this idea is from here? Because wallahi, I used to get pissed off when I used to dive into just looking at new podcasts, what are coming up here. I swear, they'd get a good microphone. Brother, the microphone would be over here.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, you don't know anything about mic placement.
What's the first thing I said to you when I came on the podcast?
What,
remember last time with the mic?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, everything's got to be on point. But the thing is, people just think, okay, cool, what's the best of the best? And they don't know how to use it. Yeah. They get the best lighting. They don't know how to use it. They do all of this. Set designers, you said, they don't know. The reason why these chairs are angled exactly as they are is all for a reason. This whole podcast was designed with the angles in mind and everything like that, which is what I'm saying. That's the value there.
Intricate detail.
Yeah, this is going to be the ad for, when I'm saying, come buy the course, this is going to be that. But no, I'm going to do it, bro, because I do think info products is way forward. But I want to come back to your story, because as we're talking about info product, and we're going from trading to now you being a full-fledged entrepreneur, diving and dabbling into different industries. Is there a time where it's going to be Yarimi University goes from just a trading program to now, let's build wealth together, let's diversify, let's do this? Because I like the name Yarimi University because you haven't put trading university.
Exactly.
It's not specified.
We did that for a reason, put it that way from the beginning.
Okay. So there is going to be something coming like that.
The logo I showed you, that's what it is.
Yeah. Okay. So this is interesting because even with, I've spoken to Shoaib, Ashraf, I even spoke to Riz recently as well. And they've all said the same thing. And I want to know, to be fair, I can already tell already. But trading is just the way of building your wealth, your initial wealth.
Trading is a money-making machine that you use to invest in other opportunities that will make you the money that will set you free for life.
I was just going to ask this. So the money you can get from trading. If you were just purely trading, do you think you can be Andrew Tate level money?
Yes. Look at Ashraf.
Mm-hmm. But he's got his own platform, TradeZella.
No, TradeZella aside.
Yeah.
He's got broker statements of him clearing like 10 mil, 20 mil in the space of a year, 2 years.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
He's the GOAT when it comes to this. People underestimate trading. Of course, his mind is absolutely bulletproof for him to do that. But yeah, trading, absolutely. Of course, he can make that money, but not a lot of people will. Why? Because it's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. What other things you can try to do to build your wealth?
I'll be honest with you. I've got discussions with like opening a franchise of a certain restaurant abroad. 2 actually. One in the UK, one abroad. So
can we say abroad where?
Dubai.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it a UK restaurant?
One's UK.
Oh, so 2 different restaurants.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I don't want to be that guy that just speaks about everything and doesn't do it. Yeah. So when I do it, I'll come to you.
Okay.
I'll
do another podcast.
I'll invite you to the launch and so on and so forth. Yeah. We do have a part 2 of a podcast when everything's up and running. I appreciate it. Yeah.
You're moving to Dubai, yeah?
Yes, next month.
Why?
I'll be honest with you. As much as
because I'm trying to have the audience understand.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a couple of comments where it's like, oh, Raheem, all he does is talk about Dubai.
Okay.
But it's for a reason. But I never say the reason in the podcast.
My reason, honestly, number 1, is I'm able to practice my religion a lot better. Over here, I slip up a lot. I'm slacking a lot. Over there, I'm able to, obviously not the crazy part of Dubai. There's some nice places. Like last time I went for Ramadan, I stayed in a place called Al Jaddaf.
Oh, you stayed where Imran is?
Yeah, near the airport.
Yeah.
I'm in the masjid every day and praying to Hajj, so on and so forth. Yeah, cool. That's the sun. I love the sun. Food places. There's nice food places to eat.
Haven't even got a question if anything's halal or not.
Nothing.
Yeah.
If I'm bored, I can literally jump on a hot air balloon or go on a jet ski or jump on a quad bike or go on a yacht.
Yeah.
On demand. Everything's on demand. I've also, people say networking, but let me actually break down networking for you. I was in a restaurant eating some food. A friend briefly spoke about an investment opportunity that I've got going on. he said, if you want, I can try and speak and see if I can get you on board, but it's going to be very difficult. We can't really bring people on board, but I have to speak to the head and so on and so forth. He comes back to me 2 days later and he said to me, they've done their checks on you. We can get you involved. What are you saying, bro? If you want, obviously we've been doing this, so it's up to you if you want to get involved. This is just basically in a nice way. He's trying to bring me in when he doesn't have to.
Yeah.
They've already done their thing, you know. So he goes, the investment amount is this, and this is how much that's left from the commission pot. I couldn't move that money in 3 days because the time they were about to make the investment is 3 days. We're at the restaurant today, so the investment amount was in 3 days. So I couldn't really invest that amount, and then I missed out on that. So I came back to him 3 months later. He's in my house here in London, and I said to me, what's the update with the investment, by the way? He said, oh yeah, on the 26th of December, you would have got paid out $625,000.
They've already got a payout of 600.
No, he said you would have.
You would have got a payout of 600.
And my investment was the smallest.
Okay, so percentage-wise, compared to that 625,
it's ridiculous. I can't give a percentage, but it's stupid, bro. So then I said, okay, this is what we're dealing with. All right, cool. I said to him, for the next investment, make sure you ring my phone in advance. And he gave me that call. We went ahead with it.
Bro, so the reason why I say Dubai...
Sorry, but the reason why I mentioned that story, not to flex, guys, I'm not trying to flex, but that was a conversation I had by being in a restaurant in Dubai. Yeah. A random conversation. This conversation would have never happened if we was not in that restaurant at that time.
Yeah.
Never.
Bro, the people you meet there is incredible. Once again, I was in a restaurant as well, a shisha lounge called Ave. Sitting beside me is just some guy. We're just talking, normal. Yeah. He's from UK. Yeah. I can tell from his accent and everything like that. So we're just talking. I don't even know him. It's the table next to us. But as you do, you hear one UK accent, you start talking.
Yeah.
So we're just chatting away and all that sort of stuff. Then he tells me what he's involved in, and I'm like, I already knew what his company was. I'm like, I'm sat next to him right now. But that's what I was like, no, the reason why I'm going there is...
What company was it? You can bleep out.
It's not a massive company. I've heard of it before. It was called...
Okay.
They're like a crypto payment thing.
I've seen that.
And also he owns a company called where they sell
gold bars.
Yeah, gold bars online and stuff like that.
When I was broke, I used to do promo for them.
Is it?
Yeah.
Bro, he's making racks.
Are we talking about...
Yeah.
Okay.
So. Yeah, you know...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He pulled up to my house to give me the gold bars for me to promote it.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. You know him as well. That's what
I was trying to land a deal with them when I was broke, but they weren't having it.
Is it? I'm trying to land a deal with him now with the crypto stuff and everything.
Yeah. So that's a testimony, because
he's just one example. Yeah.
Bro, I've been sitting in a restaurant and Amir Khan sits next to me. He's a cool guy. Everyone sees Amir Khan in Dubai. Yeah. Telling me, the big. He said the young boys with the big boy watches. These times he's wearing a Richard Mille Bubba Watson that's worth like 300k.
Yeah.
So another situation, I'm sitting on the table. There's a guy next to me making like 8 mil a month.
Mm-hmm.
8 mil a month.
That's mad. In what industry? Do you know?
In tech development.
Okay, yeah.
Tech development industry. So yeah, it's stupid, and he's like a tech developer for some. Yeah.
I feel like to maximize your wealth generation, go there and network, even if it's for a year, 2 years. You don't have to necessarily live there the whole time, because realistically you can be back and forth. UK is home at the end of the day. I see it.
This is the thing as well. Networking, people mistake. They believe that networking is going and just talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
They believe going to restaurants or putting themselves in situations is them networking. It isn't. Networking is an exchange in value. It doesn't necessarily have to be monetary if the opposite party is richer than you. It can be something thoughtful. It can be an act of service. It can be something that makes their life easier, that sparks a conversation of, okay, why did this guy do this? You know, I'm not going to mention the things I've done, but if I can give a networking tip to someone, is I would say, if there's somebody richer than you pay the bill.
Yeah, fact.
I'd like when I was on the table with the guys that are making 8 mil a month and the guys opposite me who's making $1 million a month, and so on and so forth, like, I'm paying the bill. There's like 14 people on the table. They think, why is this guy paying? I'm like, sorry, I got to go pray. I got to go leave. I'm gonna have to drive out. It's not a big deal. I'm not even saying, yo, bye guys. Like, just discreetly, just pay the bill. Pay the bill and go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that shows now you're not ungrateful and you're not a leech. Do you get me? And I don't even think that deep. I just like to do that because that's just who I am and what I've been taught and so on and so forth. Always show appreciation to people whenever you can. And money is not you can't measure yourself with money, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
just because you have more money than me, I'm not going to see you any different. Like, I kid you not, there have been times I'm sitting with guys that make millions a month. I don't even speak to them the whole time.
Yeah.
Just because I don't like their demeanor, their attitude. I don't like it. So I'll just speak to the other guys on the table.
Yeah, I go by face value as well, and just charisma and how you are as a person, as opposed to how much are you worth, sort of thing. If they're worth 100 mil and they're a complete knob, I'm not even interested. I'll be honest, I'm not even interested at all.
Yeah. So yeah, networking goes a lot deeper. Like, even another example is when Swaggy came to Dubai. He moved to Dubai for the winter because it gets cold where he is. I knew that he's someone who shoots a lot of content. He needed some content recorded. So I knew that him moving to Dubai would mean he's going to set something up in his house, which is going to cost him money, right?
Yep.
So I said to him, bro, there's a studio that I know over here. Hire out the studio. This is the number. This is the location, and everything else is sorted. Basically, boom. That's and they'll give you your content literally on the day. They'll transfer the files on the spot, and that's with someone of your work ethic and your,
they can keep up with it.
They can keep up with it, basically.
Yeah.
Now he records all of his studios in the same place I record. I didn't say but I don't want his videos to look like mine, and that's a problem with a lot of people. They opportunities don't come to them because they gatekeep.
I was just gonna say that. They should be gatekeeping. Yeah. Do you think there's a day where you'll stop trading?
I don't think I'll stop trading. I'll just trade a lot less. I'll probably become a swing trader. A swing trader meaning someone who enters a certain position and holds it for weeks. Or yeah.
Okay, so you'll still do it on side.
Yeah, I'll take the investor's approach to trading as opposed to a day trader's approach to trading.
And is that like your mission now, to make that the reality?
I wouldn't say it's my mission, because obviously day trading allows me to catch better risk to reward ratio trades, which essentially means it just allows me to risk less to make more.
Yep.
So I don't think I'll stop that anytime soon. I'm not gonna lie, simply because it's too rewarding for me, and I've seen what it's done for my life. I've seen what it's done for other people's life. So it's not something I'll stop anytime soon. But as I increase in net worth, I definitely will take my foot off the gas a little bit.
Yeah, fairs, bro, fairs.
Sure.
Well, inshallah, I want to have you on a part 2, bro, in the future. Because I know these things that we talk about on the podcast right now, they're going to manifest into reality. Whether it be in 1 year, 2 years, I know that you're going to be up there. And I know there will be that day where Yarimi is now actually gone from the trader that we see online to now actually, my man's an entrepreneur. Yeah. My man's on big shit. Yep. Do you know what I mean? So to have you on then, I feel it'll be sick as well, bro. So if people want to find you, where can they do so?
Instagram at Nasser Al Yarimi, NASSERALYARIMI, and at Yarimi University, YARIMIUNIVERSITY. Any other pages, it's not me. If someone DMs you asking you for money, hey, are you interested in crypto? It's not me. Don't be scammed.
The legit ones are going to be in the link in the description. You got YouTube channels as well, right?
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I'll put all the links in the description. Yeah. How about that? Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed what you see. If you got the value you wanted, make sure you let us know in the comments below. How much is your course right now?
$499 by the time they watch this.
God damn, can we do some sort of CEOCAST discount?
CEOCAST, £100 discount, $399.
$399. And here's what I'm going to do on top of that, yeah? So $399, and if it's cool with you, I'm going to pay for 3 more people so they don't have to pay.
Perfect.
But I want you to pick who it actually is.
From the comments?
Yeah, from the comments.
Perfect.
So what would you want to know from them?
How long have you been following me for? Why haven't you enrolled already? And what would you do with your first payout? So
there you go. If you want to be a part of Yarimi University, make sure you comment them things below, and Yarimi himself is going to pick if you should be enrolled into the course, courtesy of CEOCAST. Until then, guys, I'll catch you lot on the next episode of CEOCAST next week. Peace.